Hey everybody, listen, I just got out of a training for Megax and talking about good fats that we need in our body. So I was very excited about this. So I have my notes. I'm going to be looking at my notes, but I just wanted to share with you what I've learned, okay? So 97% of our body is made up of saturated and monosaturated fats. So these fats work as a kind of like a border patrol, and they bring in the right amount of hormones and nutrients that our body needs, and then they take out those toxins that we don't need in our body. Okay, and so we need these fatty, this saturated fat that's going to help with brain development. It's going to help with your heart. When you have the right amount in your body, it will help with hormone issues, and it'll help lower insulin and lower cholesterol. Okay. And so there's a lot of things that it's going to do. So I'm going to talk about that for just a second. So some of the fats that you don't want to eat, though, would be things like the oils like Crisco, vegetable oil, grapeseed oil, corn oil, and canola oil. So what those oils do is they form a hard and rigid shell around your cells, and it doesn't allow those hormones and those nutrients that your body needs into that cell. And so if they can't get into the cell, then those toxins can't get out. Okay, so you don't want to be using those. Some of the, just example of a couple of the good oils is avocado oil and coconut oil. I use a lot of coconut oil when I cook. I haven't tried the avocado oil, so I think that's probably going to be the next thing that I'm going to try. But I do try to cook with coconut oil, and you can use that for so many different things. So that's one of the reasons you want to try to stay away from those, and you want to have those good saturated fats and mono saturated fats in your body. Another thing is your heart it's surrounded by saturated fats, and so when there's the right amount of saturated fats around your heart, and then say you're stressed, okay, when your body is stressed, it's going to pull from those saturated fat that's around your heart. Okay, it's going to pull from that, and if you don't have the right amount of fat around your heart, then that's going to put extra pressure on your heart, and it's going to cause stress on your heart. So you know what kind of issues come from that. Okay, and so it's very important to have those good saturated fats. It also helps with getting the calcium into your bones and your nails the way that it should be. It kind of moves it in there. So that's another reason why saturated fats are good. Also, it allows the liver to be able to get those bad fats out of your body. And so that's, you want your body to be rich in saturated fat for that reason. Because sometimes also when somebody takes anti-inflammatory medication for just different joint pains and joint issues that they're having, that can cause damage on your liver. And when your body is rich in that saturated fat, then it's going to help to prevent that damage from occurring. Okay, so those are some of the important things that we need to know, and why we need to have the right amount in our body to be rich in saturated fat. And have you ever wondered why, when you're on a diet, and you're like a low fat diet, why you feel really bad? Okay, kind of brain fog, and just kind of tired, and you just don't feel good. That's because your brain is made up of 60% fat. Okay, 40% of that 60% is saturated fat. And so we have to have the right amount of fat in our bodies in order for our brains to develop and work and function properly. And the disease that affects the brain, you guys know what that is. It's because there's not enough healthy fats in the body in order to keep your brain working the way that it's supposed to be working. Okay, and so that's very important to know that. So, like I said, the fat will also help lower insulin and lower cholesterol. And so we have to have the right amount of essential fatty acids that's in our body. So we don't always produce the right amount. And so we need some vitamins to help us with those essential fatty acids. So I want to talk today about this product, which is Megax, which is absolutely fabulous. I love Megax. But before I do, I just want to give you a disclaimer that Plexus does not claim to prevent, treat, or cure any kind of disease. Okay, this is a tool that you use to allow your body to do what it needs to do. So we're going to talk about Megax, and I'm going to talk about the individual ingredients that's in Megax and what those do. Okay, so we're going to talk about the individual ingredients. So I was very excited. First of all, in Megax, it is bioavailable, which means that when you take the capsule, it will not dissolve until it hits your stomach, until it hits your gut. That's when it'll dissolve. So it waits until where it needs to be. Okay, it needs to be at a certain location to be fully effective, and so it waits. It starts to dissolve once it gets into your gut. So the ingredients or the capsules are bioavailable. They come from a sustainable source, which means that they can get the plants that are needed. This is plant-based. It's non-GMO. It's also things that come from, the ingredients come from food. Okay, so that's about the ingredients. Okay, and how Megax is, because we have to be very careful nowadays. Our oceans are polluted, and you have to be very careful about not getting mercury. And so if you were to take an omega vitamin just over the counter, you're at a higher risk of getting mercury into your system, into your body, because those omegas come from fish that are in the ocean, right? Okay. And so you're at a higher risk for that. So Megax is plant-based. You don't have that fishy aftertaste or that burping. I never could take those because I would burp, and it was terrible. So I never took omega vitamins because of what that did. So you don't have that with the Megax. So the first one that I want to talk about is the ahi flower, and I'm just going to spend a couple of just a little bit going over this. And so I encourage you to research them more if you're interested in this vitamin. So the ahi flower converts that, it's omega-3, and it converts it 4 times easier. Okay, and so that's going to absorb into your body a lot better. And then you have the broccoli seed, and I never thought about broccoli seeds. I just never thought about it. But it is 8 to 100 times more antioxidants in it, and so that's going to help your body with those B vitamins, and the B vitamins reduce stress, and it also helps with hair loss. So that's the broccoli seed. Okay. Now we have the raspberry seed. If you have like inflammatory skin issues, the raspberry seed is like life-changing for your skin. It helps with pre-aging, with those wrinkles, those lines in your skin. Okay, it's going to help you with that. That's the raspberry seed. So it will help you with skin issues that you may have. It also, the pomegranate seed. That is the most powerful antioxidant that there is. So what it does is it goes through your body and it gets rid of what's not supposed to be there. And it's the omega-5, which helps with inflammation and joints. And also the pomegranate seed will help with some hormonal issues. And then we have the sea buckthorn, which is omega-5 and 7, and that's going to help with adrenal fatigue, your blood sugar support, stress, hypertension, and it also is going to move the right amount of glucose through your body that you need. Okay, so that is the sea buckthorn. And so this is the part that just really kind of blew me away because since I started taking Plexus, um, I've been healthier. I've lost weight, and it's just helped me tremendously with the quality of my life and help with all that inflammation that I had in my body. But I was just blown away through the study when I found this out. So when people carry or have trouble losing weight in their lower gut, or in their hips, or both. I'm both. My lower stomach and my hips. I always would joke around and say, I could weigh 85 pounds and 70 pounds would be in my hips and my lower stomach. So what fascinated me about this was people that have issues losing weight in those two areas have insulin resistance. So, you don't have to be a diabetic for your blood sugars to be out of whack and for your insulin to be, out of whack, or you're not getting enough insulin, or you're getting too much insulin. Okay. So anyway, those people that struggle with weight in those areas is because you are insulin resistant. Okay. And so the pomegranate seed will also, the sea thorn will help with that. Okay. It helps with being insulin resistant. So it also has, it has avocado oil in it, which you get that from food. Your body does not produce avocado oil, okay? So you get the avocado oil from food, and that helps lower cholesterol. It helps with blood pressure, and it also has, avocado oil has linten in it, which will help with eye issues. So if you are having eye issues, that linten directly feeds your eyes what it needs for them to function properly. Okay. And then the omega-3, it actually, what it does is it helps you produce the right amount of melatonin in your body. So it's going to help you sleep. Okay. So I take the Megax and the ProBio 5 at night, because you need your ProBio 5, your microbiome, your gut needs to be healthy in order, because if it's out of whack, you're not going to sleep right. Okay. You're not going to have good sleep if your gut is unhealthy and your microbiome is disrupted. So it causes sleep issues. So I take my Megax and my ProBio 5. I take those at night. And guys, I hope you enjoyed this. You got a lot of information about it. I was just I know I was looking at my notes a lot, but I was just excited when I went through this training and I heard this information. So I know that I'm probably going to be upping my Megax to help me with some of the issues that I'm still dealing with. So if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. And thank you so much for listening. You guys have a great day.